So today we are going to rank foods based on how good they are for your acne while you're on isotretinoin. I mean, the categories are pretty self-explanatory, so I might just start with the list. So we will start with spices, and I would say spices are alright because they don't add that much value to you, like they don't have any unique nutrients or something like that. Saying that is pretty much scope. As long as you eat enough animal products, you have all the nutrients you need and maybe some fruit, and then you'll be fine. But spices might just irritate your gut if you can't tolerate them. So they're alright, but there's not that much value. You can just get gut irritation from it. Then ground beef, as long as it's good quality, I would say it's clear skin. It has almost all the nutrients you need, and it will regulate your hormones. So for acne, it's probably one of the best things you could eat. Next, we have dairy. So it depends if it's whether it's pasteurized or not. Let's say it's not pasteurized, so I would avoid it. You have to see how it works on you, but it might trigger your acne. And if you have active breakouts, I would try to avoid dairy and see how it goes. Then next is liver. I would also say avoid while you're on isotretinoin, even though it's pretty dense in vitamins and nutrients. It contains vitamin A, and when you take isotretinoin, you don't want additional vitamin A because your own liver has to already process this, has to already process the isotretinoin, and if you add vitamin A to it, yeah, it gets overwhelmed. Next, we have fried chicken, fries, whatever, just deep fried stuff. I would say, oh, I have to put it there. It's definitely one of the worst things you can eat. It's most likely deep fried in seed oils, and oh, they just irritate you. They fuck up your hormones. Your body has to detox them, and therefore you will get breakouts. So sweets, I would add them to this category. I mean, I don't have to explain it probably. Pizza, yeah, also there because you have, first of all, you have cheese, heated cheese, which might trigger your acne. Then you have like this white flour, which is based on, and this might also trigger your acne. But I would say like it's not that bad. So, yeah, let's make it here at the top of the worst category. It's not as bad as deep fried stuff or candies. Let's make it like this. It is like this. But it's still pretty bad. So, yeah. If you eat lots of pizza and you have acne, maybe you should try to cut it out or reduce your pizza intake. Okay, whey protein, yeah, I would say there's the same problem as with dairy, but whey protein doesn't have that many nutrients as dairy does, so I would put it in the category with dairy, but still causes the same problems, and it's probably triggering your acne if you have some. Raw milk, mm, I would say, well, if you can tolerate it, it's all right. It really depends on your situation, but warm milk might actually help to repair your gut, so it can help with acne, but you have to try it on your own because it's probably different in every single person. So it might actually help you, but it still contains whey protein, and which will trigger your IGF-1. It might dysregulate your hormones, but it could also help you to regulate them. So you have to try it on your own and see if it works in your case or if it doesn't. Fruit, I would say like fruits are valid. Yeah, they're not as great as actually beef or like high quality meat, but fruits are like, in my opinion, the second best thing you can eat after animal products. They are great. Yeah, the best source of carbohydrates, in my opinion. Maybe with coconut water, but they're great. They're full of vitamins, carbohydrates, and as long as you don't overdo them, yeah, which is pretty hard, just eat a few fruits with every single meal and you will be fine. They're pretty great. Eggs, I would say they're clear skin level. Yeah, I would say they're at the top, right after ground beef, because like they're full of nutrients, they regulate your hormones. If you eat the egg yolk raw, it has so many nutrients, and yeah, just make sure to cook the egg white, because if you eat the egg white raw, it will irritate your gut. You will get problems digesting it. Next, we have rice. White rice is actually pretty good. I would say it's valid. Okay, so next we have white rice. I would say it's alright. Rice is the best grain in my opinion. Especially white rice is it's pretty low in anti-nutrients and yeah, and it might contain some heavy metals, but out of the grains you can eat, white rice is probably the best option. Next we have like fast food, ultra processed food in general. Yeah, that's straight up like the worst thing you can eat with deep fried stuff. So if you eat ultra processed food, of course your hormones will be fucked up. You have to detox a lot of stuff and oh, it's just not good for your health, so it's not good for your skin. Then we have vegetables. I would say they're all right. Vegetables have defense chemicals and anti-nutrients, so they could irritate your gut, and if you have autoimmune disease, like they could actually trigger your acne a lot. But in the end of the day, in most cases, vegetables are not the main cause of your acne. You will probably be alright if you eat some vegetables. Of course, there's a difference in which vegetables you eat, because if you eat like a carrot or like spinach, because like a carrot is more like a for antimicrobial vegetable, while spinach is, bro, spinach has so many oxalates and all that stuff. So it really depends on the vegetables and whether you can tolerate it or not. I mean, you have to figure it out yourself. You know, it's pretty hard, but vegetables are alright, they're not the end of the world. Next, I have bread. Yeah, of course, sourdough bread is better than normal bread, but it's still something I would try to avoid because of gluten and all that stuff. Maybe let's put it here. Let's put it there. Um, yeah, I would still try to avoid bread because it has glutens and anti-nutrients and it's pretty inflammatory. If you can tolerate it well, maybe you can try it, but I wouldn't recommend it. The same goes for pasta. I mean, in the end of the day, it's still this. The same goes for pasta because in the end of the day, it's the same wheat. So let's put it there. That's it. If you have any objections, let me know it in the comments. Bye.